Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we got Toy Biz Marvel Legends Modern Armor Iron Man. And as you can see, he does come in the typical Toy Biz bubble. And with these bubbles, you know, they can get crushed in storage and whatnot, but it doesn't matter because I'm opening them. And on the back shows everybody from that wave. It's a little bit blurry for you guys and gals. And a little bit of bio right there. And some stats with the sticker on there. So let's go ahead and bust out this Iron Man and actually see if his armor is pretty modern. Iron Man out of the pack looks fantastic, but before we get into anything about the figure, you guys know my routine. He does come with, I thought it was going to be a comic book, but it's actually one of those awesome poster books. To get some really cool, knocked them over. I know I did. I heard it. You guys probably heard it too. So, really cool book that you get with it. And sure enough, there he is. Tony Stark must be drunk. Can't even stand up in his Iron Man outfit. So, he does come with two things besides that poster book. Comes with a very, very awesome stand, and it is beautiful. You got a bunch of destroyed little Ultron drones. He fell over again. But you got a bunch of like Ultron drones, just like, or it's Ultron because I guess he has multiples, but yeah. Really awesome. I love how this one's still glowing, so it's like it's getting still some power going to them. Then these ones are all completely just burnt out. I'm just trying to, you can't even really get a good look. There's so much detail in these. Look at the wiring. But yeah, it's beautiful. And then they nailed this melting metal. Like it just looks like it got burnt through with a laser. Or, you know, maybe even a lightsaber. Yep. Totally looks like it was a borrowed idea from Star Wars. Maybe. Because, I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. But that's how the back looks. Just smooth. Has the place if you want to hang it on a wall. I wonder if anybody's actually hung these on the wall. I mean, they're heavy, so, I mean, if somebody has, I would like to see a picture of it. So we'll just toss that in back. And then he does come with his little faceplate. Came separate. Has like a pearlescent coat over the yellow. So, looking really, really cool. And let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. So, all these Tony Starks that Toy Biz has done with the human face, it always just reminds me of Walt Disney. I'm not too sure why. That's what it looks like to me. But his armor is, I like it. I mean, it's a very, very solid looking figure. He is sort of skinny, but I love the detail they put into it. His line work sculpted into his neck. Oh, and his neck actually moves too. So he can look down. He can look up quite a bit. But you can see that neck moves too. That is pretty awesome. So it's almost like it's on like a little ball down there. Because you get the full articulation and movement. But you get, yeah, you can turn the head and the neck separately. So that's pretty awesome. His arms can go up all the way like so. The shoulder pads do not hinder him. In fact, they are on a separate piece connected right there. So like when these things are away, he has very lanky, weird looking arms. So you always want to try to keep it closed because it still looks like that. Just this part right there just looks odd. But he does have bicep swivel. He has like ball joint there and like ball joint there. Sort of weird. Double jointed elbows. He has a forearm rotation right there. Wrist bend. Oh, this one looks, I don't know if I want to try to bend it. Yeah, it does bend, but I'm afraid it's going to snap. And then he has individual articulated fingers, you know. So, of course, with anything that has individual articulated fingers, I always do it, guys. I always do it. Look at that. He can flip the bird with his little Iron Man fingers and thumb. So, but yeah, I don't know. Again, that's just the little kid in me. It's like anything that has articulated individual fingers, I want to make it, give the finger. The sculpt work on this is very solid, and as you can see, they basically casted it in this like burgundy brown plastic, and the paint is really detailed into the, or focused, not really I guess detailed, but focused on this part of the armor. Has like multiple tones and shading done in there, which looks really great, makes the armor sort of pop. He does have a little bit of bronzes gold where his reactor thing is in his chest, arc reactor or whatever. Brain is just totally not working. It's got like these little thingamajigs on the side. Don't know what they are. Maybe mines, bombs, I don't know. And he does get a little bit of ab lean back, but not really any going forward. Leans back, no forward. Speaking of his back, he does have some really cool details, and again with the paint there, all this casted in the same plastic, and it just looks really nice. Got these weird little wings, and they have like almost like a pearlescent coating on it themselves, like the plastic does. It's definitely weird. You can see it like when the light hits it, but I love that like layering right here. Looks really awesome. It's got a little butt crack. And then, of course, the orange. So basically anything that wasn't like the piece of armor, or like the big chunky armor, like the thinner stuff, is painted yellow or orange or whatever color you want to call it. You get these dreaded little ball joints right here. I mean, they're dreaded because they just don't look nice. But on him, since he's a thinner character, it's not horrible, but he can do the splits. And if you rotate these, I'm sure if you rotate it, you can have this part facing forward, and he can do a Spartan kick. Oh, I guess you don't have to do that, because you can do a Spartan kick. Awesome. Double jointed knee. Sort of a shin swivel, which again is nasty because it's breaking up the sculpt. His toe bends. Ankle articulated because it can bend. And it has the rocker right there. So, overall, I mean, this is a pretty awesome figure. Again, fresh out of the package, so he's a little gooey. And yeah, you can see what happens. This was painted, but when you start moving it, the paint just starts getting peeled off that joint right there. Speaking of it, it's right. It's not horrible. It doesn't take away from the actual figure, so I can go ahead and accept that. But let me see how this faceplate pops into his face. Oh, I guess it goes from the... don't think that's right either. I thought the silver pops in a little bit more, but it definitely slides underneath this piece up here. And the eyes are cut out, so you can't... It's cool that it's cut out, but you really can't see his eyes underneath. With a little bit of working and a fingernail imprint into the plastic by his lip, I did get it popped in. That's how it's supposed to be. No overhang. It's supposed to fit snugly, nicely fit right there. And it all is connected on the sides as it should be. So there you go. It's pretty awesome. So he definitely looks cool on that stand. I did notice that trying to get the peg holes into his feet, it's a pain because of where they're placed. They're not really in the heel, they're more in the middle, and it's right on that arch. Makes it a challenge, but he does stand fine. And I also noticed that he does have these little flappy things on his hands, so he cannot bend his wrist back. So if you wanted him to have that nice repulsor blast, the best you're going to get is this, and it's not as happy and awesome as I would like to make, it's just like you sort of got to do what you can, and I mean, I guess it's all right. So, but I mean, it definitely works. Toy Biz had their flaws too. They're not perfect by any means, just like Hasbro. But this figure is definitely going to be awesome. Like, I'm trying to get a variety like Toy Biz, Hasbro, whatever, because if you set these all up, you can make like a little, Hall of Armor for Iron Man, and I think it'd be pretty awesome, even mixing the Toy Biz in there, even if they're just sitting straight as a display piece. Put them all in these little Hall of Armor, put lights underneath them, it'd look pretty awesome. So, I'm going and collecting some of these Iron Man figures, and maybe, just maybe, I'll make a diorama of just like that. But that's in the future, way in the future. But this does sum up my Toy Biz Marvel Legends Modern Iron Man unboxing and review. I hope you guys found it useful, and I hope you like it. If you did, hit that nice thumbs up. If you want to see more of what I do, subscribe. And as always, good luck hunting. Keep on collecting. Have a beautiful day.